Nintendo's dead, folks. I'm calling it right now. The absolute decimation of the Nintendo brand. You can't get worse than this. What has Nintendo done since the Switch launched other than port a bunch of Wii U games because that console was such a catastrophic failure, and now that they're out of Wii U games, except Star Fox, which I'm still pissed off about, now that they're out of Wii U game support, now we gotta start porting Wii games over. That's right, Donkey Kong Country Returns, aka the single worst entry in the Donkey Kong franchise. Listen up and listen good, folks. I'm Dead Metal. I am a certified journalist for the public. I do not mince words. I do not take bribes. I do not take review copies. I do not let any company or anybody influence my opinion or my mission to deliver you the truth. I have one language. I have one fluency. It is honesty. And if I can be honest for just 1 minute, let's all bow our heads and acknowledge the fact that Donkey Kong Country sucked back in the day. It sucked when they released it on the Wii, and it sucks even more now. What have they done? Slapped a 4K coat of paint on it? What have they done? Modernized the controls? And they're trying to sell it to you at $60? Do you enjoy being raked over the coals by a goddamn monkey? Because I know I don't. Donkey Kong isn't getting a penny from me. He's not getting a banana from me. This ape has been owning the Nintendo brand for somewhere close to 70 years. If you remember, all you youngins might have to YouTube this one. Real gamers such as myself, we have it stowed away deep in our memory. If you remember, Donkey Kong was originally the villain. Mario and Donkey Kong did not like each other. Mario climbed up, Donkey Kong threw barrels down, all right? And now he's being celebrated as some sort of hero, right? This brutal escaped ape from the zoo who beat up an Italian immigrant is being celebrated by being given his own games. It makes no sense. You should not celebrate a rogue animal, quite frankly, an animal that should have been put down. And the fact that they shot and killed my boy Harambe, but Donkey Kong is still allowed to live makes me sick. Dicks out for Harambe. The real ones remember, but I'll tell you who doesn't remember. Apparently all of you, because you're lined up, credit card digits ready to be punched in for your pre-order. Donkey Kong Country Returns. It ain't enough that it already returned once. You want to go back again. Hell, it might be time to upgrade your passport to full citizenship at this point, because you people love eating up this slop. Garbage, it's trash, it's refuse, it's disgusting. It's not even a good game, all right? You want to talk about a good platformer? You want to talk about a good platformer in the Donkey Kong franchise? Okay, we can go there, we can do that. You bunch of Nintendo nipple-sucking nerds. Donkey Kong 64 was the greatest platformer. It was better than Super Mario 64. It was the pinnacle of platforming. The projected peak of the platforming era, and yet now all of you clowns look back. And what's the biggest complaint on Donkey Kong 64? There's too many collectibles, there's too many characters, there's too many worlds. And yet you're the same clowns out here playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey for over 100 hours. You can't write this shit, man. You can't make it up. You Nintendrones, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I don't know how you go from A to Z. I don't know how you connect the dots. I don't know how logic works in your brain. Quite frankly, you probably have some form of a disability. But let me spell it out for you loud and clear, just so you don't misinterpret what I'm saying. If you put down money on Donkey Kong Country Returns, you are an idiot. You're a classless act, the class joke. Nintendo is literally laughing their way to the bank, cashing a check that your dollar paid for. Nobody wants remakes of games from the Wii. We want new games, but you know what Nintendo's doing? They're holding it back. They're waiting for that Switch 2 release. They're waiting for the Switch 2 release. And then for those of you who think they're gonna get creative, no, they're just gonna port all the existing games over and sell them to you again. Breath of the Wild, Game of the Year Edition. Super Mario Odyssey, Game of the Year Edition. Oh, and by the way, Breath of the Wild, a feature that'll be touted is it'll actually hold a stable 30 FPS this time around. Donkey, I'm sure we're gonna get a port of Diddy Kong Racing from N64. You know, I mean, where does it end? Where does it end? You have the same old tired characters who have been carrying Nintendo on their backs for upwards of half a century. Give the monkey, give the plumber, give the princess, give the toadstool a break. Put them out to pasture. Let them go out with some dignity, all right? Stop buying these trash games, these trash rehashes, these trash remakes, these trash ports. They're not even remakes, they're straight port jobs. Control-C, Control-V. And encourage Nintendo, vote with your wallet, tell them you want new IPs, you want new characters to get behind. Because celebrating a murderous monkey who went on a rampage trying to kill your iconic hero is not appropriate in 2025.